Your 20s are a critical decade. It's a time of exploration, new experiences, and the thrill of independence. But for many, it's also a time when financial mistakes are made that can haunt you well into your 30s and beyond. And here's the kicker, it's not always the obvious splurges that sink you. Sometimes, it's the small, seemingly harmless purchases that pile up, slowly derailing your financial future. Have you ever found yourself buying something, thinking it was a smart move, only to regret it later? If so, you're not alone. As I started my own journey in my 20s, I made several of these bad decisions myself. But it wasn't until later that I truly understood the long-term impact they had on my financial health. So what are these worst purchases? And how can you avoid falling into the same trap? Let's dive into the first mistake. 1. New cars. The instant depreciation trap. Imagine this. You've landed your first job, and you're feeling confident. You deserve a reward, right? You head to the dealership and drive off in a shiny, new car. But as soon as you roll off the lot, your shiny reward has already lost 10–20% of its value. The average new car depreciates so quickly that you're essentially throwing thousands of dollars away. Worse yet, those monthly payments can weigh down your budget for years. Here's the cliffhanger. What's a better alternative? Buying a reliable used car, for starters. A car that's a few years old with good mileage allows you to avoid the steep depreciation while still getting reliable transportation. 2. Trendy tech. The obsession that drains your wallet. It's easy to get caught up in the latest technology. A new phone, tablet, or gadget is constantly being released, and everyone around you seems to have the newest version. But ask yourself this, is it really necessary? Spending hundreds, or even thousands, on the latest tech each year can drain your savings, and by the time the next version rolls out, your purchase will already feel obsolete. But here's the real question. Is upgrading worth the cost when your current device works just fine? Instead of chasing every trend, consider making your purchases last longer. Take care of your devices and only replace them when necessary. The money saved can be put toward things that truly matter, like investments or an emergency fund. 3. Expensive clothes. Looking good, feeling broke. We all want to look good, especially when we're trying to impress. But blowing your budget on designer clothes or the latest fashion trends in your 20s can be one of the worst financial decisions you make. Fashion changes fast, and those trendy outfits quickly lose their appeal and value. Cliffhanger. How can you still dress sharp without emptying your wallet? Look for quality over quantity. Invest in timeless pieces that can be worn across seasons and don't go out of style. And don't be afraid to explore secondhand options. You'd be surprised how many quality items you can find for a fraction of the price. 4. Luxury apartments. Paying for image, not necessity. There's something about walking into a luxury apartment with sleek finishes and endless amenities that feels alluring. You picture yourself living a life of ease and comfort. But here's the hard truth. That comfort comes with a hefty price tag that can severely limit your ability to save and invest for your future. Now, the big question, is the lifestyle worth the long-term financial setback? Consider scaling down. You don't need to live in the trendiest part of town or in a building with every amenity imaginable. Save money by choosing a more modest living situation and use that extra cash to invest in assets that will grow your wealth. 5. Fancy dinners and nights out. The sneaky spending habit. It starts small. A dinner here, a night out there. But before you know it, you're spending hundreds each month on meals and entertainment. These expenses add up quickly, and what's worse, they're hard to track until it's too late. Here's the cliffhanger. How do you enjoy your 20s without blowing your budget? Set limits. Choose 1 or 2 nights a month for a nice dinner or night out, and cook at home more often. You'll be amazed at how much you can save, and your future self will thank you. 6. Subscriptions. The small drains that add up. In the digital age, it's easy to accumulate subscriptions, streaming services, music platforms, workout apps, and more. Each one might seem affordable, but when combined, they can drain your bank account without you even realizing it. But here's the suspense. How can you avoid drowning in these small, recurring costs? Do an audit. Take a close look at your subscriptions and cancel the ones you rarely use. Stick to the services that bring real value to your life and say goodbye to the rest. 7. Credit card splurges. The debt spiral. Finally, one of the biggest traps of your 20s, credit card splurging. It's easy to swipe now and worry later. But when later comes, those high interest rates will eat away at your ability to save, invest, or even pay off other debts. What might have started as a small purchase can spiral into years of debt payments. The burning question: how can you break free from this cycle? Use credit cards wisely. Only charge what you can afford to pay off in full each month, and avoid using them for non-essentials. This way, you'll build credit without sinking into unnecessary debt. Conclusion: take control of your 20s. Your 20s are a time for growth, learning, and setting yourself up for future success. But the financial mistakes you make during this decade can hold you back if you're not careful. By avoiding these 7 worst purchases, you can set yourself on a path toward financial stability and personal growth. The key is to be mindful. Every dollar you spend is a decision. Are you investing in your future, or sabotaging it? Now it's up to you. Will you take control of your finances, or will you let these bad purchases derail your success? The choice is yours, and the future starts with what you do today.